Hello, what's up? What's up, Jacob?
How you doing,
Happy
bro?
weekend.
Yeah, happy Saturday, man. How you?
Doing great.
As always.
What about you, bro? What about you?
Yeah. I'm gonna switch it up today, man. I am impeccable. The
Amazing.
weather
Love
is
that.
it's hot. It's bright. Got green outside my window. Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about the weekends that I love when it comes to like working, right?
Yeah,
Is that weekdays, like you're in touch with the clients, you're doing client fulfillment and all that stuff, like pretty much every single day, right? And then weekend it's just like, okay, the clients aren't working, they don't have any questions, they don't have anything. It's like I'm just fully focused on like ad set,
building.
like creating like building,
Yeah,
product development, all the like assets, like anything that I need to like shoot,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff, which is nice. So
yeah. I agree.
actually enjoy working on the weekends as well. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do as well. It's a little different when you got a little one because
yeah,
like there's times where like what I tend to do instead now is I just work super late in the days and then do
yeah,
what I need to do on a Saturday, and then I'm spend the whole time with my baby and my
yeah,
lady, and yeah, but most good man, work-life balance. It's interesting because
yeah,
it's a lot of people online is like, gotta hustle, you gotta go hard, you gotta XYZ, and they're not wrong. However, it's just like, one thing that we've been focused on a lot this week is making sure every single action we're taking is the highest leverage thing we can possibly be doing at that moment. Because it's so
yeah,
it's so easy to, like, we did the Notion rollout. It's so easy to, for example, record video guides for every single tab on the Notion, which, let's be honest, 80% of our clients never touch anyway. But we could spend the next week recording all those videos, but that's
yeah,
not high leverage at all.
yeah, definitely. And I feel like outside of the highest leverage stuff,
Mm,
there are a lot of things that we thought we needed to do, but then we let it ride it out for a bit, and then we don't need to do it. You know what I mean? So
100%.
like, but yeah, that's a major thing that we changed throughout our whole team. Like instead of asking them every single day, we have like an end of day report to kind of track everything, and then we have like our weekly meeting. Instead of asking them like what task you did today, we ask them what are the needle mover tasks that did, like
Yeah,
what's the highest leverage thing.
yeah,
And usually we only need like between 1 to 3.
yeah,
Like we
honestly.
don't need more than three like high, leverage stuff every single day.
Mm. I mean, it's funny because we were talking yesterday about this week, because it's funny because sometimes you have like this give and take period where right now a lot of what's happening is like sales ramp up and
Yeah,
like a lot of sales training. So I know you're in the trenches like with the guys like all the time.
yeah,
But then the last 2 weeks has been a lot of marketing and like kind of client journey development stuff. And that's kind of been me in the trenches all week. But then now this week I've had slightly less to do because everything's kind of out, everything's done now. So I feel like I said to you yesterday, like I've made 2 months worth of progress in 6 days purely by doing the highest leverage things. Like, at some point we'll talk about the magnum opus that we're working on.
yeah.
But
That's something huge for sure.
yeah,
That is the future.
that's the future. I actually walked Sahel through it yesterday. You gotta get Sahel on one of these podcasts, man. He'd love it.
Yeah,
But I walked Sahel through it yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, can you build me an operating system?" And I was like, "Probably." So that's gonna be
yeah,
a nice little contract, I reckon, that we'll sort out.
yeah, for sure, for sure. You got a magician in the back end of the team, the tech guy.
Jarvis, bro, real talk.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, today I kind of want to touch on offers,
Mhm.
right? Because I think that is where everything starts. You can have all the marketing right, all the sales process right, but if your offer sucks, you're not gonna convert,
Yeah, one hundred
right?
percent.
So what are you seeing? Like let's kind of compare the transfers, right? Where kind of like the online space started, right? Slightly pre-COVID. I would say
Yeah,
I think like 2016,
yeah.
2018. It's kind of like when
I
it
mean,
starts going
even
off, and
even
then
before that, man. When you think Ty Lopez, like when was Ty Lopez first popping?
yeah, let's check that out.
I don't even know, but yeah. But go on.
Yeah, but yeah, when it starts like I guess booming, right? I
Mhm.
guess like when COVID happened, that's when it
It
just
really
went
took
on a
off.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah. So what do you see like the trends in terms of like offers and how to navigate it in 2025 to make
Yeah.
sure like you know it's what the market wants.
Yeah, well, I think the development has kind of came in. there's obviously been many sub stages, but what I've seen is there's been like 3 main stages. It's like, I will do this thing for you, right? I will do this thing for
Yeah.
you so you can have this outcome. And then I will do this thing for you so you can have this outcome plus a guarantee. And now we're in like stage 4, where actually what I'm starting to see more and more and more, and it's actually converting really well. And actually, I kind of want to test this without offers, just do an A/B test. Is I've seen a lot of people doing, because going back to the previous stage, which is basically the Hormozy $100 million offers playbook. I'll guarantee you 100 appointments in 30 days, all your money back. Like the most bog standard version of an offer you can ever think of, right? And then people threw a unique mechanism in there. They called it the AI setting or growth infrastructure or done for you, bro, whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
But now what I'm seeing is it's kind of rebounding back to simplicity again, right? But the difference
Mm.
is they're taking away guarantees, they're taking away risk reverse. It's one of the biggest like ad campaigns I've seen like over and over and over. There's a guy called Justin Get Clients, and he's like in the online coaching space, right? And I see his ads all the time. I don't know how much he must be spending, but he must be spending a decent chunk of change, man, because I see his ads literally like every day, at least 3-4 times a day. And
Yeah.
his whole thing is get 3 clients in the next 7 days. So it's almost like they're promising a smaller outcome in a short amount of time, is almost where I'm seeing the market start to trend towards now, which makes sense because, you know, as time's gone on, people have become more and more, you know, the way that the market goes, this is why offers are so, like, you get a good offer, you win. Like, a good offer
Yeah.
with bad marketing, bad funnels, bad sales will be a great offer with good marketing, good sales, and good funnels. I mean, we've seen
Mm.
it firsthand. We've seen it firsthand. We won't name any names, but we've had clients who have not so great offers, who struggle with all of the best practices in marketing you can ever think of. Then we've had clients with like very straightforward, like Sahel, for example, his offer right now, 60 to 80% more profit on every deal you sell for 2025.
Yeah.
Cost, like, in fact, I looked at something. Our cost per appointment for him is still $23. But did you know we had our calendar set up wrong for like the last 3 or 4 days? I don't know who changed it, but we only had a third of the day available. So our cost per appointment is probably
Yeah.
going to drop like massively, because we didn't even have availability
Yeah.
until October, and we were running 200 a day of ad spend through it. And obviously we're going to ramp up from
Yeah.
there, but that's crazy. We didn't even have availability, and our cost per appointment is below $25. That's wild. And that's the
Yeah.
definition of a great offer with a tangible outcome versus, you know, kind of just, you know, you got warm and you got cold friendly offers. And a lot of people, the reason they can't break into scale, like actual scale, is they don't have a cold friendly offer. They don't have something they can show to a random human being who's never heard of them, you know, a one line on an elevator. You know, if you got an elevator with your ICP for 10 seconds, could you get them to, you know, take your business card and give you a call later that day? Like, what would it be like? I'll teach you my
Yeah.
growth infrastructure method. Okay. Or, yeah, I hope you start an agency that prints 10K a month, all your money back, or I'll work with you for free until we do. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's so interesting. And what I'm seeing, and I'll show up in a second because I know I've been talking a lot on this offers, but this is the stuff that I'm so obsessed with, right? What I'm seeing more and more and more is a tangibleness of offers coming back in, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of, like, I feel for the last 2-3 years it's been a lot of like outcome, but it used to be very like, copyright used to be like, do this so you can be on the beach, and then they turn it into something they can touch, right? And again, I'm starting to see that come
Yeah.
back. Like, if you look through some of the guys ad accounts who we kind of like swipe and shadow, there's a lot of, you know, kind of bringing back the tangibleness, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But one thing that's definitely never gonna go away is like presenting the outcome,
Yeah,
right?
100%,
Like rather
100%.
than the features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always. I mean, even, you know, our personal, I guess we can give away the source here, right? For the people who are watching, for the three views we'll get. What we can say is like, our way of doing offers is we present the biggest, best outcome physically possible, top of funnel, right? Because what a lot of people do is they promise and it sounds weird to say this, but a realistic outcome for their not most qualified lead. So like, let's say your most qualified lead, if you're an e-com brand, right, spends 20K a day ad spend, right? I say that's the
Yeah.
most qualified, and you're a CRO agency, and you know you can increase their yearly revenue from 20 million to 25 million ARR, let's say. I don't know if it would be
Yeah.
ARR and ecom, but like annual revenue, right? Your offer should be, I'll give you an extra 5 million in revenue by the end of the year, right? But because people are not used to talking to their ideal clients and prospects, and they kind of fall into this like bucket at the bottom where they're working with the warmest leads, what they say is like, oh, I'll give you an extra 500,000. But then the person who could have made an extra 5 million, who would have benefited from your service, isn't interested in that. So when you offer the
Yeah.
biggest possible outcome, everyone from the bottom of the rung to the top of the rung of where it's feasible for you to help is actually interested. However, when you take your offer down here, people aren't interested. And then all you need to do on the sales call, people come say like, okay, how do we add the extra 5 million? So look, Jennifer, you're spending $1,000 a day on ads. Okay. You've got this many products. Okay. Right now your ROAS is this much, right? So it doesn't make sense for us to do 5 million. What we should start with is let's add an extra 2 million or whatever the number would be. Let's add an extra million to your bottom line. And then we can go ahead and see about
Yeah.
how we scale up from there. Does that sound reasonable to you? Yeah, of course. Because they've gone through the discovery, given the consultative close, and then, that gets into the timeline close, but we can talk on that on a different day.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. That's key right there, right? Like a lot of I guess agencies are like, why are we working with the toughest leads, the leads who are like not like what we want to help?
Yeah,
Your offer is presenting to like those type of people. You're attracting those type of people, and that's
exactly.
why, right? You're just removing all these ideal clients that you want by just offering this something like super, I guess, like low in terms of like return,
Yeah,
right? So what you do is you want to offer the highest, and then in a call, meet them where they're at,
exactly.
right? And
Exactly.
then offer what makes sense to them. So
And
yeah,
then
it's not like you're guaranteeing everyone 5 million.
no,
If they're spending like 1K a day on ads, it's impossible,
yeah.
right? So
And that's the thing, is like, as a kind of extension of that, people think by just saying coaches above 10K a month that they'll target coaches 10K above 10K a month. Like, yes, it will help the Facebook algorithm, and yes, it will train whatever AI that you're using because every single ad algorithm that we use has, I don't even know how many billions, maybe trillions of data points that they have at this point. But if you say coaches above 10K a month, I will make you 10K a month. Great.
yeah,
Just ain't interested. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
you will talk to the ones doing 3K a month, and then you'll wonder why you can't get piffs, and you wonder why your lead quality sucks. You wonder why your average order value is super low and your close rate sucks, and you have to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 core closes, right? But
yeah,
yeah, people have just got like, we call it top and front offer, like offer the sexiest outcome you possibly can to your best client. And if you haven't had your best client yet, still offer it, right? But then downsell it. Downsell it and give a strong ass risk reversal, because that's another thing that I see a lot of people avoiding, but as much as they can, like, is the play. They don't want to give a risk reversal because they're like, oh, I'm above that. It's like, no, you're just not. The market doesn't care about you, and your nearest competitor says all your money back. So like, get with the program, bro.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. That's really crucial, and that's something that we had to kind of communicate with some of our clients, and some of the people that we work with, they're not on board with that.
Yeah,
Remember, we
yeah,
had a few clients.
yeah.
Well, one particularly, they're like, "Oh, we can't do that. It's gonna be too much to offer and stuff." We're like, "No, it's just like it's just for the front
And then
end
your offer sucks, and that's the
marketing."
problem. Basically, long story short, your offer sucks. You're not given a tangible outcome, and you're not given a risk reversal, bro. That's a crap offer. That's like,
Mm,
it doesn't matter how you spin it. It doesn't matter what you say. And you know what it is actually. Let me rephrase that. It's not a crap offer. It's a crap offer for cold.
Yeah,
If you want to sell to
yeah,
people who have never heard of you before, and you want to have a short sales cycle where you can have someone view an ad on Monday and they buy it on Wednesday. If you want someone to make a high ticket transaction where they give you $5,000 to $10,000 in the space of 2 days, you can't do that by not offering a risk reversal and not having a tangible outcome. It's literally so bizarre. And I think, to be honest, I think that comes from the rise and rise and rise now of like the content style, like the Instagram funnel content style coaching. Like someone that sometimes I watch a lot of their content, chat to him a very small amount, but Lyndon Chastain, he's like Joel Kaplan's old YouTube strategist. He's sick, man. Again, he'd be sick to get on at some point. And with Lyndon, what he's able to essentially do is he doesn't have to have a crazy offer because his whole thing is his organic funnel. However, the truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, regardless of how you spin it, when you want to like reach scale, and when I'm talking scale, I don't mean let's hit 100K, I mean like let's hit 500, 600, a million a month. You want to hit scale, it is possible to do that with a warm audience. You have to be in the market for 10, 20 plus years, building goodwill with all the ideal prospects for that to be possible. It's got to be an Imran Gadzi where you do a launch every 4 months and, you know, maybe do 200K or 600K once, 1 month, right? But if you want to have an evergreen offer, which is scalable, you have to, I mean, think about Domino's, man. Buy one, get one free, you know?
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
every phone carrier you've ever, every time you see an ad for like a SIM card or a phone carrier, it's like, they have a great offer. They have to. When you go to McDonald's, it's like, the Happy Meal today is this one. Like, why is it that every country or every company, sorry, in the world would have a great offer, however you don't want it, and you're expecting people to pay more? Doesn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a part of the game. Like
Mm.
you hate it, but like if you want to be successful in the market, like that's the only way to go.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Well, how do you? I guess like I got an important question
yeah,
so
go
that
on.
people watching this can kind of like create an offer where it's like it promises the best results, but then also makes sense, right? Because you can go crazy with it,
Yeah.
right? I'm
I'll
gonna
make you a
help
billionaire.
people get five, yeah, a billionaire in like a year, whatever it is, right? So like, how do you find that fine line between, you know, promising the biggest offer on the front end
Yeah.
and not going over that line of like just
Okay.
absurd claims?
So the best playbook to go with when looking at this, the best kind of like case study, I think, is Cody Sanchez. Do you know Cody Sanchez?
No.
No, okay. So she teaches people to buy boring businesses, right? So she
Okay.
was
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, the lady. So
Yeah.
like her offer is liberate yourself from serfdom, right?
Hmm.
Which I would argue maybe like use some more simple language because you know you're gonna be avoiding a lot of the market who don't know what who doesn't know what serfdom is, right? However, what's that an indication of is that when you are presenting a big outcome, sometimes it doesn't have to be as I said, doesn't have to be tied to a monetary goal, right? Sometimes it can
Yeah.
simply be tied to a lifestyle or a version of life that you're not privy to. So for example, I know that, you know, publishers.com, the massive
Yeah.
KDP publisher coaching program. So their whole thing is tap into Amazon's 1 billion or $1 billion monthly payout and build an online business that you love. Where's the outcome there? Right. So for me,
Yeah.
the whole thing is like, if you're not going to present like a tangible outcome in terms of 10K a month, lose 50 pounds, find your dream woman, whatever it might be, right? If you're not going to do that, you've got to be able to tie the tangible outcome to what it does to your life, right? And then the
Yeah.
other end of the spectrum, if you are in anywhere close to B2B, if you're anywhere close to that, just improve your delivery to the point where you can offer a guarantee. Because if you can't,
Yeah.
then that's not that like you shouldn't be scaling. Basically, you shouldn't be trying
Yeah.
to acquire clients aggressively because you can't guarantee them results. Like it's as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah.
Like get people results consistently every single time. And even then, and here's the other part of it, right? People think that if they're time, like if you have a, for example, if you have a, you know, I'm thinking about if you had like an offer where it was like publishing, KDP publishing, right? I just thought about like an offer you could run. What I would run, kind of like as a bottom of funnel or top of funnel offer, would be publish your most profitable book in the next 30 days, right? It's a good offer, good offer. Or publish your
Yeah.
next 3 most profitable books or whatever it would be. And then on the back end,
Yeah.
because the time horizon to getting the cash out, just like in a real estate investing, just like in life insurance, just like in buying boring businesses, because the time horizon to when you actually see the money come back to you is longer. What you do is you tie that outcome in the end to the lifestyle rather than like this amount of money in this many months, because it's harder to, you know,
Yeah.
I'll make you 10K a month in 12 months, ain't that sexy? But if it's like publish your most popular book ever in the next 30 days and build a business that allows you to travel the world and never have to look at the bank account, all of a sudden you got a good offer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's that level
Yeah.
of creativity that people sometimes neglect to get into because they think, A, the offer takes too long, so I can't offer a big outcome. Or B, they don't actually think about what the outcome means. And if you just do those two things, it's not that you can
Yeah. And
circumvent
that's
having a
why,
guarantee, but it helps.
yeah, that's why really knowing like your ICP is so important, like what
Yeah.
they want, right? Some people want financial freedom. Some people want location freedom, right? I had a closer the other day want to for an offer, a personal brand offer.
Mm.
He said he doesn't care about the money. He just wants the location freedom. So
Yeah.
like those kind of stuff, they're important. And going back to like when you said, just get clients results, right? And then you can give like the highest possible like promise and offer.
Yeah.
I think the fine line is just find your best clients and give that's like whatever results that you give them, right? Just bring that into like your offer, like your marketing, right? So like when we say 100K in 3 months, right? We actually did it for not one but
It's
two clients, right?
45 days, bro. 45 days. That's the offer.
45 days. Yeah.
You've done
Yeah.
that
So
twice,
like
well, 3 times.
it's 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of them was super early. I was still new at that time, but yeah, like that's we actually did it, so we can promise that. So like you need to really get great results for the clients that you have, and then what the best results that you find from your clients, use that to market to the market,
Exactly.
to market to the
And
market.
and
Yeah.
and, and what Fazio said was so impactful is that the hardest thing is to get butts in seats. That's the hardest part of this whole high ticket online marketing space is to get people in seats. So,
To get people in the calendar, is that
not even in the calendar, to get them to show up. The hardest thing that in the entirety of running a business online, if it's high ticket
yeah.
coaching, consulting, whatever, is getting people to show. That's the hardest thing. Recruiting even is the hardest thing, getting people to show. So, in fact, actually, what we should walk through actually is the mental model that we use to map out the way our offers kind of evolve throughout the funnel. Because another thing that we do, which is really good, is that we have like it's not an evolving offer where it changes once you opt in. It's like 100K in 45 days, and then it turns into like, yeah, we'll help you build it. It's not that. However, what we do is we map it out to be what we call top of funnel offers, calendar offer, and then the encore offer, right? So your top of funnel offer is the best possible thing you can promote. 100K in 45 days. We'll also test 30K in 3 days, bro, because we've done it. So let's promote it,
Yeah.
right? But then that will be what's consistent through the funnel, the VSL, the qualifying questions, the calendar page, the post booking page, all of the pre-call assets, the email sequence, everything. And then when they're on the call, what happens is you set the expectation that, hey, this offer is you qualify for it if you have A, B, C, X, Y, Z. If that's not you, let's get you there first, right? So it's all
Yeah.
about having an understanding where people are in the customer journey, because you've like, whether you like it or not, you have to have a sexy art. You just have to. And I think it's like, if anyone could take anything away from this, and a lot of people should take this away, if they're watching YouTube and they've done the whole organic thing, they've done the XYZ, like they've tried to go the organic route for ages, and they want to, unlock real scale, right? They want to run ads, they want
Yeah.
to scale up, they want to take things to the next level. If you're in the agency space, have a sexy offer, man. Just make your offer better, and make that offer better by
Yeah.
shortening the duration, increasing the end product, or having a better risk reversal, right? And same
Yeah.
for you if you're a coach, same for you if you're a consultant. And the funny thing is as well, I think that coaches sometimes think they need different offers, or they have to have different offers because they're in a different way of doing delivery. Not at all. It doesn't matter how you do
Yeah.
delivery. People just
Exactly.
care that they get the outcome.
Yeah, yeah, and it's good that we touch on that as well. I feel like when people say like one funnel, one offer, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's great, but I do feel like every offer should have some sort of like a low ticket offer. Because here's the thing, right? Like some people, we can't help them get to 100K in 45 days, but we can still help them, start an offer, get some sales in, like you said, and then bring them to the high ticket offer, the core offer that we have, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I was closing for the fitness offer, right, there were a lot of people who were unqualified, technically. They're on like, government benefits and all that kind of stuff. they need the help. Like they need to lose the weight for a surgery, or they're just depressed or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Hey, we can't help you with a one-on-one coaching, but we can get you in for $100 a month, get you losing some weight, get you some momentum, and when you have that finances together, you need more help with the one-on-one, then we can have a conversation with about that later, right?
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
offered them just a training app basically, which in the one-on-one offer has a training app as well. It's just that there's more accountability and support and all that kind of stuff. So now you have these people who are working towards the one-on-one,
Yeah.
right? And what that fitness offer did, which was interesting, is that the amount that they spend on the low ticket offer will be deducted once
From the
they
high
get into
ticket.
the
Yeah,
one-on-one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
So that
mean,
works so well.
100%. I mean, one of the things that we will test, like moving forward, going into kind of agency exit and scaling that up, is the low ticket ascension funnel, man. I cannot
Yeah.
wait. Like right now, we are just like the way that we're kind of working through things as an agency to get to the next level is we're solving every bottleneck like one at a time. Like first it was like client acquisition. Like actually first was acquiring our first client. Right? People don't speak about that enough. Like getting our first client
Yeah.
was the hardest client that we got from. It was the
Yeah.
hardest. And when I say like that's our first agency client, because obviously you were closing, I was operating, etc. But like when we decided to join forces and start the agency, our first agency client, like that's the first problem you solve. And then it's like, okay, cool, how do I get them results? And it's like, cool, how do I get another person results? And then now you've got a little bit of an
Yeah.
operating system. And then you get another client, another client, another client. And then you start to get to this place where we've been at recently where it's like, I can no longer fulfill everything that I do if I want us to scale to the next level. Like, because to this point, I've been running ads, strategizing with clients, building offers, scripting ads, VSLs, funnels, etc., pre-call sequences, sales assets. Like
Yeah.
it's not feasible for me to continue doing that at scale. So it's then like, how do I then create a client or talent pipeline who is full of people who can replace me and do a better job than me? Because that's the most exciting thing for me, man.
Yeah.
Like we're bringing on people right now who are better than us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That should be account that we should talk about that a lot as well in our next episodes, because
yeah,
that's huge, right? Because new hires can, basically help you grow the business or just ruin your
yeah. Make
business
or
with the
break
current clients. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that in our next episode.
the ramp up.
Any
Yes.
Yeah, I find that the toughest part about running an agency, like hiring
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
is I don't know. It's just
Well,
something. Hey,
sales
it's
sales
fun
ramp
to
up
learn,
is
but
a
yeah,
different thing, bro. Sales ramp up is a different beast, bro. Like
yeah,
I get like very easy to fix feedback loops where it's like, yeah, send me this ad before you post it. Hey man, why did you choose this copy? Do you think that's the best you could do? All right, show me something else. Like that's very easy. Like unfortunately for sales
yeah,
ramp up, every single time someone takes a call is the only time you get an opportunity to see how they actually improve. So yeah, slightly different, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. But hey, man. So yeah, I gotta shoot some
Yeah,
assets,
yeah,
email
we got
assets
to
for
shoot
us.
some
So
ads around. We got to get some content rocking and rolling.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, Jacob, it's a pleasure as always. Good stuff regarding
Indeed.
offers. Of course, we can talk for hours about this, and we'll keep talking about it. And yeah, yeah, anything, any final message to anyone watching?
If your offer isn't sexy enough to sell in a 10-second conversation, sort it out.
Love it. Love it. All right,
Yeah.
man. I'll talk to you
All right.
soon.
See you later.